I have been patiently waiting for this box for too long now. This was shipped from Washington, came all the way to Virginia, and then UPS was like, oh, nope, JK, return to sender. Went all the way back to Washington, and now it's back in Virginia in the studio for me to open. This beast is a matching 18-inch floor tom for my Tama Superstar kit. So this floor tom isn't in the best shape. There's some paint splotches all over it. There's a sticker on it. It's a little bit dusty, a little bit grimy, just a little bit nasty in general. And also it's missing a few parts, but I've never owned an 18-inch floor tom. I've always wanted one, and when I had the opportunity to buy this for the Superstar, I couldn't pass it up. So I'm gonna fix it up, put it together, and throw it on the kit. As far as parts go, I do have these old school Tama floor tom legs, which I did plan on putting on the Superstar. These came off of an Imperial Star that I sold, but I switched out the legs and kept these for the Superstar. But I guess for now, these will go on the 18. Earlier this summer, I had the opportunity to buy a whole bunch of rims for really cheap, but out of all of these, those, and even all of those, I don't have an 18-inch 8-hole, so I'll have to order some. Oh, hey, an oddly shaped box. And heads. These are the tension rods that came off of the drum. I do have some vintage Tama tension rods, but these are for a tom, so they're too short. But I do have these, which are close to not an exact match. The shank, I guess you call it, on the tension rod isn't exactly the same. It's a little bit shorter. So I have 8 of these to add to the pile. And then I do have a bunch of Tama washers, so I guess I'll use those too. Now I can try to make this drum look pretty. And with the drum apart now, I'll give it a quick squirt with some soapy water, and this will help loosen all of the loose dust and grime. For any of the remaining spots, I used a plastic razor blade to scrape them off. And I used the same thing for the sticker, and also the paint. Since the drum has a high gloss finish, the paint doesn't stick to it very well and pops right off. Onto the lugs, I used a Q-tip damp with soapy water to get around the tight spots, and then wipe the whole lug down and dry them off. And of course, I did the same thing with the leg mounts. For the rim, I removed the paint with the plastic razor blade, then squirted some soapy water on it and rubbed it with aluminum foil. And if you're worried about scratching the rim, you don't have to worry about it because the aluminum foil is softer than the chrome and won't scratch it up. But after drying it off, you can see it looks brand new. And now all that's left is to put it back together. So there she is, the 18-inch floor tom, and you can't even see it. Tuning the 18 wasn't very hard, it was much easier than I thought, but tuning it with the 16 was a different story. Trying to get the two drums to sound good together was a bit difficult for me, and in the recording they kind of just blend together. So in the future I definitely need to mess with the tuning of these two drums. I want to bring the 18 up a little bit more and bring the 16 up way more, but typically with my floor toms I tune them as low as they can go, so tuning up this drum kind of scared me, to be honest. And also, the more I tune this drum up, the more wow sound came out of it, so I kind of just settled for this tuning. But I'm definitely happy with this purchase. I know with a little bit more time of messing with it, I'll get it sounding really good. Also, I know a lot of people will be quick to say to put an envied on this thing, but honestly, I want that low rumble sound and not a short punchy sound, so that's why there isn't an envied on this drum. So even though I just said that, be sure to leave a comment still saying that I should put an envied on this thing, because I won't. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. Also, let me know what your biggest drum is on your drum set, because I'm curious. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, so thanks for watching.